Hello, this is Ailey. I got my camera set back up in my car and I'm just out riding, talking about God and God's Word. You know, when I was growing up, I was taught that God is love. And He is. And John 3:16 tells us that He is. But have you ever wondered there may be another side to God? Well, there are things that God hates. And Proverbs 6:16 tells us that 6 things God hates and 7 are detestable to Him. And in verse 17 it tells us that the very first thing that God hates is haughty eyes. Now I had to look this up myself because I wasn't real sure what that was. But haughty eyes is someone that considers himself better than everybody else. So if they consider themselves above or superior or better than someone else, then they're putting someone down. That's haughty eyes, and that's something God hates. Well, see, the 10 Commandments are our guideline on how to live our life. And see, Proverbs 6:16 gives us these things that we should not even do, that should not even have a part of our life. Now, let me tell you a little what happened to me. It was probably, I don't know how long, I don't know when it was, but we had a truck. Me and my wife had a truck, and that was the only vehicle we had. And as my wife said, it was one ugly truck, but the motor and all that, the mechanical part was great in it. And it got me from point A to point B and back to point A. And that's what was important to me. And I'm sure the way I was dressed when I went to the store didn't help the situation none at all. But I drove up in my truck, that ugly truck, and I got out and I had on baggy sweaties, baggy sweatpants, a baggy hoodie, and a baseball cap that was turned around backwards. Now granted, the way I dressed, like I said, didn't help matters a bit. But just because I may have looked one way or drove a vehicle that was ugly, don't mean that they had a right to look at me that way. What about if it happens in church? You know, we like to think, well, surely a Christian wouldn't do that. And they may act like, you know, they don't do it, or they don't take part in that. But they do it Monday through Saturday and leave it at home on Sundays, knowing that if you run into that person at church, then they're going to have the same opinion about you at church that they had at the store. But see, God hates these things. And these things should not be part of our life. Now see, Hebrews 13:2 tells us that we're supposed to show hospitality to strangers. And not just strangers that go to church. That's not what it says. It says show hospitality to strangers. And see, that verse also goes on and tells us because people have entertained angels and never knew it. Now, we would tell ourselves, surely we wouldn't do that to an angel. Well, how would you know it's an angel? Are you? And you heard of the feeling of an angel, then how do you think God feels? Or if you talk that way about one of his creations, then how do you think the Creator feels? Or if you talk that way about the creation, then how do you actually feel about the Creator? See, that's something that we shouldn't take part in. We shouldn't even be part of our life. Because if God hates it, then I think he pretty much wants us to stay away from it. But it's just something that was on my mind, and I was thinking about it, and set my camera up and just thought I'd talk about it. You know, we thank God that we can make these videos. We thank you for watching them. Ooh, that's a sharp curve. And remember, keep reading, keep believing, and keep the faith. Thank you.